Hey everyone, welcome to a new week about to start. So I like to do these videos at the very end of the week to kind of kick off a brand new week, and I'm trying to get on a schedule like I used to do when I used to do YouTube videos back in the day, and I was doing several a week back then, subscription reviews. Now I have moved away from that and do more of a vlog style, kind of what I'm working on basically. And for about a month or so now, I've just been really focusing on doing a lot of internal work and focusing on change and positive, just moving forward in a positive way, and moving forward in general in my life, and changing my mindset, being more positive, being more open to new ideas, and just being open to what life has to offer me outside of the little bubble I was living in before. A lot less toxic that way. That also, I don't really engage in looking at too many profiles or things from my past or anything like that that may trigger me into a spiral, a downward spiral. So I've just really taken a step back. I've mentioned some of this in my former videos, that I'm just really trying to get it together and decide what the next step is, and decide where I want to go from here in my life and what moves I need to make to get there. So that's kind of taken forefront for me, and also changing my mindset, changing the negativity that's kind of poisoned me and my lifestyle, and just everything. I've just been taking a step back. So this week, as interesting as it is, I kind of go with the flow. I kind of go with the flow of what life is, kind of the direction that's leading me in. I used to really stress about what things that were going on in my life, or stress for a certain outcome, and feel like if I didn't get a certain outcome in a certain amount of time, I had constant deadlines and constant, married to an outcome and attached to outcomes. And now this is my new quote, that my new life mantra, if you will, is that I am connected to everything while being attached to nothing right now, especially outcomes. I have learned not to be attached to a certain outcome, not to force for myself or anyone else a certain outcome. I'm just kind of going with the flow and releasing a lot of the stress. I'm releasing a lot of the meaning and the feeling that I'm putting behind things that happen in my life. That isn't to say that right now things have been pretty rough. I'll say on a daily and weekly basis, I keep getting phone calls and emails and just different things that if I were to assign meaning to them, I would just be in devastation. It's just been a landslide. But I'm kind of removing the meaning from it. I allow myself a little time. If I'm going to be upset, I allow myself a little time and be like, okay, but that's not productive to stay in that spot in my mind. So therefore I'm, allowing myself a little bit of upset, shock, whatever I need to feel. And then I kind of take a step back from that. And I'm like, okay, this is not productive. This is what I can try to figure out how to fix it. If I cannot fix it, then, we're going to shelf it for now, because I'm not going to assign meaning to, permanent meaning to everything that happens to me anymore. And that's honestly freed up my life so much, is removing permanent meaning from things and not being attached to any outcome, So if things aren't going the way I think they should be going, I don't know what the end, I haven't seen the vision for the end game yet. I don't know, maybe it had to happen this way for something else better to happen later. So I'm trying to take my meaning away from things. That isn't to say that things have been great lately, but I have been honestly putting a very positive spin. I've been kind of spin doctor on a lot of these things, and what I post about, what's going on in my life, I put a very positive spin on it, because that's what we're working on manifesting. We are literally working to manifest the life of our dreams. I don't understand why it has to be this way, but I'm choosing to look beyond what's going on right now and be like, okay, this is where I want to be. By the end of the year, I want to be having at least 2 cars. I want to be driving, maybe what I have now. I'm planning actually to sell it. I'm going to continue to put improvements on it and upgrades, and then hopefully sell it. I have a number in my mind that I'm trying to get for it, and get the car I'd like. At least 2 cars. I'm thinking a hybrid and maybe a Denali. It's kind of one of my dream cars. I'm wanting to have a house, with a jacuzzi whirlpool. I'm not even so worried about a pool. Like, honestly, it could be an above ground whirlpool. I would be happy, because I don't know, like, I love those things. I literally, my gym has one, and I'm constantly using it. Every time I go to the gym, I like to get in the whirlpool after. One of my friends, he's got one at his condos, and you know, like, he'll invite me over just for that, because he knows I want to be in the water. It's a Cancer sign. Like, my sign is Cancer. It's a water sign thing. We love water, and it recharges us. So in my vision of my ideal life, I have a house with a jacuzzi, and I'm driving a Denali, and I have another car, and I've just conquered all this unexpected debt, and you know, all this medical stuff. It's just, I've managed to you know, change that situation. I'm out free and clear, and I just have like this really great vision of where I want my life to be by the end of the year. I've kind of put it out there. I've said it on social media a little bit. I've also mentioned that I am in the mindset now of connected to everything while being attached to nothing, and again, it's changed my life. So no matter what's going on in my life, I would say my life is good. I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the life I've had. I'm grateful for the struggles I'm having to go through. I'm grateful for the things that are making me stronger, honestly. And I'm trying to set a good example, because I'm in the middle of a phase and an opportunity in my life where I'm able to invest more into teaching the younger, as I like to put it, teaching the younger wolves to hunt, the next generation to get out there and make an impact, make a difference, and to be independent and have beautiful lives of their own. I'm working on that in my son's life as well. So, you know, I'm actually in a great position in my life to have the freedom to do these things, and I'm manifesting things. So, so at this point in my life, there has been some struggle, there's been some hardship, and the great thing about me is I am very adaptable. Like, every day is like, okay, there's a new challenge for me that I need to deal with today. There's a new way I need to think outside of the box to deal with this. And for me, I mean, this isn't the most comfortable season of my life, but I'm grateful for it. It's making me stronger. It's helping me equipping me and helping me set an example for my next generation that's watching me and looking to me to be an example and to be a leader. You know, to set the example and to show him what exactly it takes, you know, when things go wrong. What can you do? You know, how to be resilient, how to make it work, you know, so that, you know, when things go wrong, you don't just fall apart and your life is over and, you know, I don't know what happens if you just give up, because I've never fully given up. And it's a great feeling. So I'm at a season in my life where I'm having to make some adjustments. As I said, the car situation's kind of got out of control to where I'm like, okay, I need to pivot. I need to be resilient. I need to figure out how to work this out. The work situation is kind of like, you know, I'm not happy where I'm at, and I'm struggling to perform because I just don't want to be there, because it's, you know, it's not feeling in alignment with who I am or what I want to do. And physically, I'm struggling because, I mean, I've been in 3 accidents in the past year. Last year, 1 riding accident where my ankle is still not right. And since then, 2 car accidents, including a couple months ago. And so my back and neck are just messed up. So I'm in pain at the job I do. And it's just not where I want to be anymore. It's not comfortable for me. It's hurting me worse. And I know in my heart that it's time for me to change careers. Just like last year, I knew in my heart around this time that it was time for me to leave the bar industry and stop doing that and get away from the party scene. And I can proudly tell you it's been a year in May that I've worked in that scene. I don't party anymore. It's not that I don't go out, but I haven't drank in weeks, and I'm considering never drinking again. Honestly, I think I had a taste of someone's wine the other night at my brother's party, but I don't like the version of myself. I was telling an old friend this, he hasn't seen me in a while, and I was catching up with him this week, and I said, I don't really like who I am under influence of anything, you know, whether it's emotional addiction or drinking or partying or, you know, hanging out with people all the time. That's all they do. That's their whole life. That's their idea of fun. I don't like myself, that version of myself that partakes in that anymore. So I like to, if I'm at a restaurant or hanging out with people or friends or whatever, if you see me at a bar, I'm probably going to order a Topo Chico. First of all, it's a rare occasion you actually see me at a bar because, you know, what am I going to do there? If I don't drink or, you know, I don't really dance right now or anything, you know, I order my Topo Chico and then I'm like, yeah, so great, watching everybody else get drunk, you know, it's not my jam anymore. I like to see my old friends that are in business, that, you know, have goals, that are working towards other things, that they want to know what I'm working on, you know, for a dinner get together, something where I don't feel pressure to drink. So that's just kind of me. Like, that's part of my evolution and changing. I used to be really heavily into the party scene, and I'm taking a step back away from that.